Okay, I think it's working now. I see the chat on the stream. I'm allowed to stream. Audio, video, good. Tech issues are like critical hits to my stamina. Anyway, the ice melted.
Surmurwar, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit.
Oh hey, it's the Echo. This is the first time the Echo has happened to Sucro in Dawntrail, I think.
Who enters this hallowed hall?
Of course it's Bakul Jaja.
A claimant.
Oh, and here we have the mighty Valigarmanda.
A terrifying Vitral. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
I guess I called it because I did say that it was probably Bakul Jaja's fault.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Kulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul.
Yeah, it may not have been his idea, but still.
The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
You mustn't!
But I already have. Rise and rage, little terror.
This Yakoi is voiced by Matt Mercer. I believe it. Right, there was a hole in the ceiling.
I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
Wait, where did Bakul Jaja's entire entourage go? Did they get obliterated?
For the throne, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea How many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarmanda. Live up to your legend.
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
That idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him!
So, what's the plan?
If we leave the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valigarmanda.
Okay, I've been saying like Valigarmanda, but they're pronouncing it more like Valiyaramanda, which is probably more accurate.
This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance.
But hey, Sucro, you're good at this, right?
I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession. But for the sake of Urkopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
As if you had to ask, this is the kind of challenge I live for, or what other choice do we have? Well, of course.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
Nod. Double nod. Nod. Smile.
And what will we do? One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
So is this another trial with duty support then?
If you resolve to slay Valigarmanda, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
It'd be weird if it wasn't at this point.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
I think I heard somewhere someone say that there were trials with duty support. Because you can't avoid all spoilers all the time. But maybe that was wrong, I don't know.
Inform the Pelo of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
Nod. And I said I would take on the duties of a guide. That did not include the tracking of an ancient and terrible Tural withdrawal. Still, we can't leave Valigaramanda free to ravage the land. I think they go back and forth on Valigarmanda and Valayaramanda so far. Should I claim an reckless enough to free the Sky Ruin, become Dawn Servant, what would become of Tuliolo? That fiend Bakul Jaja, he's rotten through and through. There's nothing blessed about him. 2 casters releasing spells of fire at the exact same moment. A feat impossible for any but a 2-headed Mammal Jah. I don't know if that's impossible for anyone. But sure. So, Erenville, any ideas on how we can track Valiarmanda? The tried and true method of comparing sightings with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time-consuming. There is a second option, not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky it will let us ascertain the Sky Rune's whereabouts far more quickly. Though Thrall Vidral of extraordinary nature, Valigarmanda is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, it is thus sustained by corporeal energy and possesses a unique ethereal balance, which means this device should come in handy. What? You can't canonize the cursor? Erenville, you just pulled a cartoon glove out of your backpack. Floating hand? Now's not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy, it's an Aether Seeker.
What is this?
Great question. As the name suggests, cleaners use it to detect the ether of living beings. I can't believe they canonized and explained the wind-up hand cursor thing. And you've had that in your pack this whole time? I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Valigarmanda, however, is that it can shift freely between the elements of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Valigarmanda from its icy imprisonment, Bakul Jaja cast spells which quickened its fire aspected ether, and the residents here were uniformly affected by burns. Therefore, a logical conclusion is that upon breaking free, Valigarmanda unleashed a great fiery blast. And then the choice is plain: fire. Sukru could also confirm this because she saw it. The Seeker, however, is not without its faults. As we were not able to input our quarry's unique etheric signature in advance, the device will respond to any living source of fire-aspected ether. So we have the reliable yet slow method of information gathering versus the potentially swift but easily misled cleaner tool. I say, why not pursue both methods at the same time? Good idea! We'll have the first to fall back on if the second fails. Nod. You travel with me then, Sukro, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. Determined. The rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses. The more Sky Ruin sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one else has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Yakui. Very few are seriously injured, but I am wary of wounds inflicted by a creature like Valigarmanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition suddenly worsen. Nod. Right, it sounds like we all have work to do. Group nod. Except for Kryl. And the cursor, I think. And maybe Sukro. We should be on our way as well. Nod. Please specify desired ethereal aspect. It speaks also. Oh, hold up a sec. Nope. There's more thunder in the background also. Wait, I got a minion? Oh, right. I completed all the shared fates in Endwalker and bought stuff. So the cursor, yeah. This seemingly inconspicuous white glove is actually the hand of fate, according to someone who is very drunk. We'll head to the outskirts of the village first, and then set the Seeker to detect fire-aspected ether. It's gonna take me a while to parse that this thing exists in reality. So, Aaronville, would you say that we're using this to like do like a quick survey of everything? Would you call it a cursory glance, perhaps? I'm just wondering about this. Set to detect fire.
Whoa!
That pause was me double checking the meaning of cursory before I made that joke, just in case. Right, the Seeker is ready to go. Warlord's Echo is still suffused with the Sky Ruin's residual ether, so I've excluded it from the search area to prevent it from swamping the sensors. Let's begin tracking, shall we? Once you choose to depart, Aaronville will accompany you. The Ether Seeker will then begin leading you onwards. Follow without falling behind. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire-aspected ether. It's going. I wonder where the fire ether is going to be. I have a hunch about this. Source of fire-aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged. That's the voice of a hand, apparently. Not quite the legendary creature we were after. Would you mind dealing with that fire sprite? It will continue to confuse the Seeker if we leave it be. Nod. Funny for the music to start up and then go away immediately. And also, this music is persisting over the battle theme. That was almost all of my burst phase, I think. An unnecessary measure, I'm afraid. Let's try this again. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire-aspected ether. I hope it makes a mouth with the fingers. Aaronville actually mimics my walking speed exactly. They've invented technology for people following you in a video game. I was hoping he would jump, but no. Source of fire-aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged. No, the backpack is his weapon. Like Nitori in that one Toho fighting game where Nitori is playable. He's gonna attach this ether sensor to like a spring and then use it as a boxing glove that springs out of the backpack. Frightening enough, but again, not what we were looking for. If you would be so kind. Sucro just looks kind of bored or dismissive of some of this. I like these fights anyway. My thanks. I'd ask if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to. Seeker, resume tracking, and do try to point out something useful this time. Affirmative! Resuming tracking! I can focus target. Is this anything? Is this anything? So, Sapphire aspected Aether located. Tracking disengaged. I didn't think about that. It must have a GPS in it. Yeah, I gave it the Danger Dorito. Ah, another remnant of Valagarmanda's last rampage. The crater's flames registered to the Seeker as corporeal ether. Questioning head. Please make a legal U-turn if possible. In the words of the Tuliolo saga, when Valagarmanda rages out of control, its fire burns forever. Its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn Servant able to turn the Sky Ruin's perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. This is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it is a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living ether. We can feed a sample into the Seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. One moment. Also, I didn't acknowledge, like I forgot to acknowledge the heavy kick swinging the pack to the left because that's where the shoes are, but that's a good idea. There, now the Seeker should ignore any etheric signature but Valagarmanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures at all. My apologies. It seems I still have much to learn from this journey, as a gleaner and as a guide. It's fine, Aaronville. Hey, I wonder what the next main scenario quest is called. It just says question mark in the HUD element over there. There's definitely no way I could read it or tell what it is. This time the Seeker should be attracted solely to Valagarmanda's ether. Resume tracking based on the latest sample. Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Sample ethereal signature detected. Engaging accelerated pursuit mode. Wait, I haven't mapped this. Yeah, I mapped it. Oh no. I was almost stuck in a crater. Sucro jumping into a ditch because she hasn't mapped it and then she can't get out. I'm a cartographer. You get it? I've just now decided that I think Sucro would say, "Do you get it?" after a joke. Like, fairly often. Good, the Seeker was drawn directly to the Sky Ruin's fire. Now we know we've set the correct parameters for its ethereal aspect. I'll try increasing the threshold for etheric concentration. That should direct us to the Trollvidral itself. Recalibrating sensors. Resuming tracking. Oh hey, it's that area. My only complaint about this segment is the music loop. Like, I get it, but still. It was not on my bingo card, no. I wonder if we should have a separate bingo card for Point X. Like, maybe we'll learn a little bit more about where the plot could potentially go in Point X and then be able to construct a card. That's a while from now. I think we'd know this if Aligarmanda was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side. It'd be funny if Aligarmanda was just in the passage, though. Aligarmanda just wedged in the doorway. Is that good?
The trail ends here, it seems. Could Valigarmanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all.
Valigarmanda has invented a 4th one.
In any case, I'm almost certain the Vidral was headed in the direction of Warkor Lardor.
It's the other ominous music.
Let the others know we have a likely location.
Nod. You probably found it.
Alphino is assisting the Yokhoi with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
Erenville, do you have a different cursor that helps heal people by any chance? Nod.
So where is Valigarmanda?
Warkor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow.
Wow, I can't believe that Valigarmanda is a primal, actually.
After 80 years of imprisonment, the
Maybe.
Vidral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valigarmanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop!
That mountain is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
Dude. Come on.
Sorry, It is not our intention to trespass. But you must understand, that's where Valigarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question.
Are you gonna tell me that you worship Valigarmanda and it's really good that it kills everyone, actually? I hope not.
Your band is incapable of defeating Valigarmanda.
Oh, you just think we suck.
Seek
Okay.
to defile Warkor Lardor, or you are fools.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them?
Hey, look, it's the duty support crew. They're back.
The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
I was counting Aaronville for a second and thinking, but wait, there's 8 of us. Also, wait, we need an 8th. It's a trial, you dingus. Oh wait, are you gonna help?
7 weaklings are no less doomed than 4.
Vorpalor doesn't believe in math. Okay, you're helping then.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this sky ruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead. A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I would take the measure of this Tural Vidral my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Don't kill.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people.
What an odd thing to say. As I recall, the inhabitants of Chirwagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation.
Stop being rude.
I'd hardly call them our own people.
Zorilja, please.
What does that matter? Members or not, everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
I'm here too. Samurai Kirby music plays.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone.
We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliolan rule.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Yeah, they're probably gonna come up again in the future. I would agree. I didn't notice those two had shields before.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that wholeheartedly.
What an alpha no thing to say, Alize.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Smile.
Assuming you survive. My old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Your thoughts have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
I don't think this counts as the Scions stop being divided yet either, by the way. Maybe?
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuli Yolal becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stepping stone.
Ouch. Immediate frown.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird.
You experienced fear? Did you think it had gone down again? Also, this is also Wuklamot versus a bird. I think. We can't check that one off twice.
I don't care how strong the Sky Ruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
The thing that counted for Wuklamot versus a bird was Wuklamot blocking that bird in a cutscene. It had to be more than just a fight, I think. I wonder if other trials are going to be. During this quest and when using the duty support system, you have the opportunity to undertake this trial with a party of NPC companions. Some of these allies' roles will differ from those you are normally able to select. Presumably because, well, they have to fit into the trial somehow. I knew Kona wouldn't be one to rush off and leave others to deal with a creature like Velagarmanda. It hath been some time since I last joined thee in a battle. Indeed, so full have been our days upon these shores, it doth seem a lifetime hath passed. Velagarmanda will demand our undivided attention. Let's hope Zoralja has nothing sinister planned. I've never faced anything this powerful before, but I swear I won't hold you back. You and yours have journeyed to the edge of existence and back. I'm sure defeating this overgrown snake bird is well within your capabilities, and I bid you be cautious. I bid you to be cautious all the same. Even Papa may have not been able to slay Velagarmanda, but with the Dawn's promise and our allies all fighting together, I believe we can do just that. What is on your mind, brother? That the future Dawn servant should ignore my counsel to indulge a whim is vexing. We needn't speak. Okay, the fact that you can choose small talk with Zoralja and he's just like, no, is pretty good. That's pretty good. So what do we got? Paladin, Sucro, Gunbreaker, Thancred, Astrologian, Urianger, Red Mage, Alize as a healer, Intrepid, Wuklamot, Vipers. Oh, Zoralja's a Viper. That makes sense. Pictomancer, Kryl, Innovator, Kona. So if I can swap to healer and DPS to see how things shuffle around. Because I do have Summoner. Which I assume makes Wuklamot the tank. Yep. And I also have healer, which I assume makes Alize DPS. Yep. That makes sense. Anyway, enjoy this loop because I'm gonna do this again. I guess we can do another coin flip. Double this or that. Hopefully this doesn't cause the power to go out again. That would be funny though. Start prediction. This or that. Go! It was this again! Congratulations to those who voted this. Condolences to those who voted that. I had a couple thoughts while I was gone, but only two. Not many thoughts. Head mostly empty. Not really, but... Thought number one, they should find a way to make Green Mage a physical range DPS as a prank. I don't know how this would work. Thought number two, I don't remember if I tried it during the trial in Endwalker that had duty support, but I was tank then, so I might have. I wonder how they handle off tank versus main tank in this. I don't remember. Anyway. Oh no, my portrait! Of course my portrait. Yeah, I figured, like, either they would toggle with your stance toggle, or you're just main tank. Hey, what's this? Willful. Burning for battle, sustaining most damage that would normally result in KO will instead ignite the will to live. I'm sorry? In this duty, your indomitable strength of will allows you to withstand incapacitating damage a certain number of times. So I don't have tank stance right now. It looks like I'm just main tank, unless maybe if I don't put it on Thanker, it'll steal it. Oh, is that just a thing for duty support trials in general? I guess. The weather here is fair skies. Well. Not everyone does the mechanics. I'm gonna sneeze. I might sneeze. Oh, Kono specifically says you won't catch me the same way twice. They're deliberately not all doing the mechanics. So beak is a cone. Sorry, what? Oh. Thunderous breath, so I need to stand here so that goes over me then, probably? Yep. And now you're gonna do something that requires me to be on the ground. Maybe. Or you will eventually. Bolts of lightning fall upon the battlefield. Be careful of the wind-infused ground. Okay, need to line up. Disaster zone. Everyone's backing up for that. Oh, I didn't realize that was first. Sorry, Thancred. Oh no. Valagarmanda is inventing the sick half-pipe. Oh no, I'm casting Holy Spirit. Gotta keep moving for this. I remember this. Also, wait, Valagarmanda just spoke to me, I think. Okay, so those don't give you a notice every time, only like the first time. What? I don't know how I was supposed to know that that's what those were gonna do. Ruinous power. Oops. Good luck, everyone. Late on that. Truly disaster. It's like try disaster, but not. Oh, it's still happening. And perpetual flames are consuming my flesh. Man, I was using that to live. I didn't realize you were doing the beak again.
Behold the heaven's brilliance!
Lava is you. Oh, that's how you're combining these. Oh, I want to be on the ground for this, probably. That's a new Urianger line too. Behold the heaven's brilliance. Ah. So I don't know how to distinguish between that and the beak when the message isn't there, because you glow orange for both of them. I must have missed something. Also, Zeralja is like 7 on aggro. Oh, I wasn't moving. Oops, 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 help. Okay, they help. Raises the hands or claws for the close smash, lean sword for the beak. Okay.
This is for you, Papa.
Cool fight. Zeralja was really low on aggro despite being so cool and powerful according to him. And the cutscene that we saw, and that's kind of funny. Dispersed into Aether. I mean, I guess the Tural Vidral that we saw before did that.
To the stars. Do you know, Lahi? I'll suck all your blood again. Hunter is hunted.
Destroy!
Do you know, Lahi? Alright, now to get everyone to speak to me. Small wonder they called it the Sky Ruin. It was an ordeal indeed. I'm out of practice with Urianger voice. By a lot. I'd been curious to see Zeralja in action. I was watching Zeralja for a little bit to see if the Viper animations for him were different than usual. We won? We won! You fought well, Hamachi. Without hesitation. Well, that was grueling. I expected more. Zeralja, you were 7 on the aggro list. You... Clown! You...
We did it. We slew Valigarmanda.
We sure did.
A feat that even the great Gulul Chacha couldn't manage. For you, Papa!
Now, I wouldn't call an actual player who was 7th on aggro a loser or anything of that sort.
No denying it was an impressive achievement.
But it's funny for Zeralja to be there.
Claim we've outdone father.
It's okay to not be the best at the video game. But it's funny when Zeralja is not the best at the video game. That's all.
The Vidral was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
I know a lot about fractions because I love math. Yeah, he's specifically supposed to be a big deal, exactly. And yeah.
How can you say that? 80 years couldn't have made that much of a difference. Could it? Oh, who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
But we did something really cool and good. You fought well, though, or I'm sure you'll surpass him one day, or you have a ways to go. We did good, though.
I did, didn't I? Even if it wasn't at full strength, we defeated a living legend. I swear, I'll surpass the old man one day.
The Sky Ruin lies dead, and still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Zeralja? Zeralja motivation? What are you muttering about?
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
Erenville has been kidnapped. Yeah. His birth was a miracle, I suppose, so he's trying to live up to his family name and all that. And face full life consequences. Yeah. Kona did well. Our promise has promise too, don't you think? He's fortunate we vanquished that winged calamity ere it could inflict greater suffering upon these lands. I didn't check to see if the weather was changing during that fight. Actually, it might have been. Right now it's wind. Shoutouts to wind. Witnessing Zeralja in battle, I understand why he's widely considered to be Tuliolo's greatest warrior. Alize, you were beating him in aggro. I didn't see who 8 was on the list. It's probably like Urianger, being an astrologian. Didn't I tell you? I pull my own weight in battle now. Heh, I'm still giddy from our victory. No matter of outdoing our father or side, this was the best outcome we could have hoped for. Never again will our people need fear the looming shadow of the Sky Ruin. Your proud expressions bespeak a successful hunt, not that I'm surprised in the least. Hey, Zeralja isn't here at all. Zeralja came back earlier, but left almost immediately with Zeralja in tow. He seemed disinclined to share in any victory celebrations. That's nothing unusual for Zeralja. No, it's Bakul Jaja that concerns me. He's probably far ahead now, making the most of the mayhem he caused. I still can't believe he did something so evil just to slow us down. If we hadn't slain Valigarmanda, it was only Urkopacha at risk. There would have been deaths across the entire continent. I'm more certain than ever that Bakul Jaja cannot be allowed to rule. I have to catch him and take back my keystone. Do we get a bonus keystone for the Lay of Ice? By any chance? I'll make Bakul Jaja answer for this. Yeah, the Feet of Ice, exactly. The Yakui must still be anxious, wondering where and when Valigarmanda will strike next. Yeah, I feel like you could disqualify Bakul Jaja for this. But also, like, if you did, he probably wouldn't listen to being disqualified somehow? I don't know. Yeah. Probably. Stay tuned for the next part of the MSQ where there's a trial of Bakul Jaja and we have to prosecute him. And it's very Phoenix Wright all of a sudden. Imagine, though. I suggest we hurry back and lay their fears. Alpha knows as well, I should think. Yes, you're right. We shouldn't let them worry another moment. That's a great question. Like, mechanically, they were an indication of what stage was being chosen next. But I have no explanation for how they exist or why. Everyone is here, almost. While we were contending with that screeching menace, I expect Bakul Jaja was off to the next feat. I see Master Alphino hath made good use of the time to further tend the wounded. Amidst the chaos of the Sky Ruins awakening, I'd forgotten we still have the feat of ice to complete. I expected I would be asked to track many things during the course of our journey, but Valigarmanda was not among them. I thought the villagers would be in hiding. Alphino's confidence in us must have reassured them. Welcome back. Not a moment did I doubt you'd return safe and sound. Scaling a massive mountain, fighting an elector, battle against a legendary monstrosity. Yes, you could say I'm a little tired. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gerfurla.
To the temple, then?
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour.
Every time this...
Valigarmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
Every time this song starts, the very start of it makes me think it's going to be Amarot's theme. Like, on the map, not the dungeon. Like, it sounds like the very start of the Amarot theme. It's kind of funny. It even has percussion that sounds like ticking in it. Now that I think about it.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison.
You know what? That makes sense. When they mentioned that the ice was going to fail, I was wondering if the feat was going to be to reinforce it. Actually. I keep saying things, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking about that. But you'll have to trust me, I didn't say it. This is like the third time that I've had to say that after something came up. You'll have to trust me. Required strength of prison reduced to 0 is kind of like strengthening it. Yeah. You're not wrong.
How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
Give them the Jolly
What
Ranchers.
more would we test, Zurmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul Jalja, then no one is.
Wait. So Zeralja already left. Does this mean he, like, forgot to go get the Feet of Ice Jolly Rancher? Did he just forget? He's gonna be like, ah, crap. I said that, it sounded extremely like old strong bad voice. With Marzipan's radish, we gonna win the competition, etc. Well, Bakul Jaja is the one who does the robbery. Zeralja just forgot. He just forgot. Oh wait, there he is.
Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
I wasn't expecting... Wait, that's the...
That makes 5.
It looks like the same tablet as the last one, and I wasn't expecting green for ice, but okay. 2 more, huh?
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokui.
I'm not sure if that's actually an accident, or if it's just that the Yokui only have green keystones on hand. Or that specific shade of green. Maybe they just don't have the other color. Unless they show it as a different color later, it's probably not a mistake. But they might.
May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
I was thinking, wait, aren't there the same number of keystones as elements just now? As well, so... Smiles all around, except for that guy.
Was never much of a talker, our brother.
Well, which ones do we have so far? I guess we can't really look.
If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Maybe late.
Ha! I'll consider it. If it's one of you two who claims the throne.
That other guy sucks, says Gerfurler.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Oh.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You Woklamat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valigarmanda, but the quiet skies
proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea! That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
I guess I was wondering, I'm thinking like, we could have also asked anyone else about this also, probably, right? Not that it's wrong to ask this guy, but also like, it does make sense if Vorpalor is so focused on like returning to those days, then he probably would have the records more than the other Yokhui, I guess. So this makes sense, yeah.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict.
Really? This sounds like ancients to me. How interesting.
Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess, a statue so tall even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
That is true, that it's a relatively easy way for him to get rid of the debt. So what I'm getting from this is that Solution 9 is the Golden City, and also ancients might be involved. Ascians, maybe, I don't know. This is pure speculation though, of course. Obviously Solution 9 is not literally golden, but we're not supposed to know about it yet in terms of the story, only in terms of things that were revealed before release.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Templates like that are forbidden. We've been over this.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
Which Final Fantasy XIV character would be the most likely to start plots via the use of a shady new drug? Nero? Yeah, fair enough.
Were consumed by their visions.
Thancred.
Compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Okay, so there's a non-zero chance that these visions literally magically compelled people, which would also possibly point towards Ascians and stuff, and like that sort of thing. I don't know how willing modern Thancred is to try shady drugs. Nidana could potentially make something concerning. Nero is less about alchemy and more about, like, mechanical devices and technology.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Wook Evu shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams. No dreamers.
Geralt.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel.
We haven't been to Yaktel yet. I think I've heard the name. I think that must be the next area, then. Hey, what were you mining there? If it was quarries. That seems like it could potentially be very important. If it's only people working in... Look, you. Of course it was rocks, but still.
But after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory.
It could be a special sort of rock, gemstone, mineral, etc. Or crystals. If those are counted separately from the other things.
Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
Okay, so it's either that there was something in those quarries that they were mining that was doing something, or the quarries were coincidentally located next to some sort of device or magical artifact that was doing something. That's my guess. Like they dug too deep or whatever, and there was some sort of Ascian advertisement probe in the ground. You know those Ascians, they're always running ads. They're always like, drink Mountain Dew! You know.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
It's been very funny to me every time that I've gone to a Twitch stream and there's been an ad for Dawntrail that just says, drink Mountain Dew, like that, like in the middle of the Dawntrail theme song abruptly, and there's like a bird that swoops in and drops the Mountain Dew on the ground.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there.
God. I want to hear Emmett Selk say Baja Blast in an extremely dramatic voice now. Something spilled forth from the ethereal sea. Are you suggesting that the ethereal sea is made forth of Mountain Dew, or is that a thought separate from anything else? I don't know. Nod.
Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt.
Necron? Are we thinking Necron is related to Mountain Dew? I'm losing track of why we're jumping to certain topics. Because, like, if we look at the bingo again, It's either that or you're suggesting that Mountain Dew is making me cry. Which is not the case.
Farewell, Wook Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
Right, yeah, if they dug up something wrong. I don't think they dug up something wrong per se. I think they dug up something that's connected to, I guess, the Golden City that gave them these dreams or visions. So it's less wrong and more... It really does feel like advertisement, considering that there's a chance of it being Solution 9, and also a chance of it being related to Ascians or Ancients. It could be some swarm of tempering, etc., etc. I'm not willing to believe that we're done with all of these storytelling devices, like, because Endwalker is over. But we'll see. Our paths will maybe cross again in 7.x. But until then, goodbye. So Yaktel is where the Yakhui had their golden dreams. We may soon have the chance to investigate that tale firsthand. Heavenly land suffused with a golden glow. With only 2 keystones remaining, we've at last begun to gain a fuller picture of the legend of the Golden City. What a turn of events! We were only meant to strengthen the ice, but Bakul Jaja's idiocy forced us to do them one better. Long has it been since any from Shiwagar Sultan have deigned to enter Warlar's echo. A day for unusual visitors indeed. I'm not even going to attempt to imitate Gerfurler's voice because I cannot do that. Probably. Maybe. Watching the Poiler get caught up in Wuklamat's unstoppable wake reminds me of my younger days. Good enough. Carriers are the gracious may become a place dedicated to teaching our young of the heroes who laid the sky ruin low. I hope they point at an engraving and go, this was Sucro Funk. She was a cat. And then everyone applauds, maybe. I don't think Porlor and his brethren will have a sudden change of heart about Tuliolo. But that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. Today is proof of that. And now, Aether Currents exists. Let's take a look at Aether Currents. I'm missing 1 on the map and 2 quests. You got it. I'm gonna go ahead and do these, because I desire to fly. I'm not gonna do the whole quest line though, probably. Great and mighty Sucro! I've heard tell of your victory over Valagarmanda. You protected our land, and for that I, Merfurler, express my deepest gratitude. I wish only that I could have seen the battle with my own eyes. As a warrior of the Yakhui, I cannot fathom how one of your diminutive stature laid low the fearsome sky ruin. Thus do I ask if you would demonstrate your martial prowess. Alrighty. I thank you for this honor. Of late, hulking monsters have been sighted south of the Shades of Grief, endangering all who travel along the road. I bid you snuff out this threat, that I might see for myself how you subdue your foes. I shall go there now. Join me when you are prepared. And... oh, for some reason I thought Urianger was standing over here for a second, but it's a white-haired Vera wearing black that I saw from a distance. I will respect gravity once, a little bit, and use the stairs. Whoop. I think it's likely that if I do complete some of these Aether Current side quests, I might do so off camera unless there's any that anyone really, really wants me to cover. But I might not, I don't know. I'll find out. I'm using side quests as one of the tools to like try and level up other roles and such. Glad am I to see you did not lose your way. As for this one, it made the mistake of picking a fight with me. There was another, but unlike its comrade, it had the good sense to flee. Not far, however, it stalks us from the shadows, yet thirsting for blood. These beasts are formidable indeed, possessed of strength equal to their keen senses. I would have you hunt down the one that remains. Follow its tracks to the southwest. Doubtless it will reveal itself to what it will see as a smaller, less challenging foe. I wonder if this dialogue is any different at all if you're one of the taller character options. I'm guessing probably not. Also, I wonder if it's different if you're a Lalafell and they're like, holy crap, you are very small. Wow, I dodged that. $11 tons swipe. They just have a swipe for every number at this point, I think. Well, you see, I overcome the disadvantage of being relatively small by using holy giant lightning magic swords. Well, not the lightning part. I don't know why I said lightning. That's true, but there are some who are smaller than others. Impressive, Sucro. Not once did you falter before the tallowing Horlepin. Quick to react and adapt you were indeed. Yes, I've seen all that I needed to see. Now that the threat is no more, let us return to Warlar's Echo. Also, I'm guessing the last Aether Current is like over here somewhere. So. The last one on the map. Tuladile. That's a cute name also. I like that they're using like Tulayolo as a component in the names of things to distinguish them. I'll get back to you in a second, Garholer. How do the Paladin changes feel? Paladin is also not very different. As of right now, the one change that is the most impactful is one that was just like a balance adjustment quality of life thing. Where Fight or Flight, you can see I still have Fight or Flight and Goring Blade as separate, but that's just because I didn't really need to put anything else there. But Fight or Flight turns into Goring Blade. And like that's the most noticeable thing that doesn't really affect my rotation that much. As far as other stuff, the Confidior combo is eventually going to have another piece to it. And Requiescat is going to have AoE added to it. So it's sort of just like general improvements and quality of life improvements attached to learning new variants of skills. Paladin doesn't really desperately need the hotbar compaction because, like, I still have the hotbars arranged for those two things like they were before. The other thing is that Sentinel became Guardian, so I get a barrier when I use one of my mitigations, which is alright. That's not a problem. I mean, of course it's not a problem, it's good. But yeah, I didn't need to compact my hotbar anymore, but it's still helpful. Is there anything else? Yeah, I get another piece of this combo. Oh right, the atonement changes. I mean, that's also mostly a quality of life thing. Atonement changes to supplication and then sepulcher, so it looks cooler, and that's essentially all it does. Paladin's your biggest hotbar out of all the jobs? I definitely have some jobs that have more hotbar stuff going on. Like, not Scholar, but like Sage is one where I did have to rearrange something on my hotbar to add Psyche in a reasonable place. I'm not missing anything from the Paladin hotbars to my knowledge. But yeah, I have like basic attack combo and AoE stuff over here, along with Goring Blade and Requiescat. I have OGCDs over here and the magic half of the combo. And like my mitigations are around. I don't think Gladiator and Paladin have that many buttons, so I'm not sure. You have macro tech to shunt your AoE combo onto a different hotbar? That sounds fancy. So there are some Paladin buttons that are like very rarely used also, I guess, like cover and intervention. It's still funny that they have both intervention and intervene. But I don't think the Paladin hotbar should have that many buttons on it, so I'm not sure. Like, I have a bunch of miscellaneous random stuff, like there was Baked Eggplant is still on here, even though I have 0 of it. Shield Bash is also very rarely used. I don't know. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. This has been an enlightening experience for me. Not often am I granted the chance to witness a warrior whose skill far surpasses my own. For years I served as guardian of Kaerorzar the Gracious, watching over the seal placed upon Valagarmanda. I would have aided in the feat of ice too had the Sky Ruin not rendered our plans meaningless. You see, it is the duty of the Temple Guardians to drive off the dangerous creatures drawn to Valagarmanda's energies. Huh. Probably something related to just like how you set up your hotbars versus how I set up my hotbars, maybe. At times, it was all we could do to shield the frozen Vidral from swarms upon swarms of beasts. But now that Valagarmanda has been laid low, we Guardians have nothing left to guard. Of course, this is cause for celebration. Urkopacha, nay, all of Toral need no longer fear the Sky Ruin's destruction. And yet, a part of me felt otherwise. Deprived of purpose, I relinquished my position. Because we killed Valagarmanda, Bakul Jaja has a lot to answer for. Personally, I wouldn't mind if someone made my job unnecessary. Because we killed Valagarmanda? I'll count how many buttons I use in a second. Oh, I did not mean to suggest I blame you for my woes. Were it not for you, I would surely not be standing here to bemoan my plight. This piece is what all true warriors... Yeah, exactly. At any rate, I thought seeing you in action might move me to seek my next passion, or at the very least, provide inspiration for a new combat technique. But given your soft features, I remained skeptical until I observed your power firsthand. I would also be remiss not to praise your economy of movement, always thinking ahead, looking for the shortest route to victory. What calling has led you to develop such commendable skills? I just help people, really. Ah, so you are an adventurer. Does that mean your life's purpose is the pursuit of adventure? How intriguing. Alas, much as I would love to hear your many tales, I will not keep you. When next you have a moment, however, it would be my honor to speak with you at length. That makes a lot of sense too. I use that logic for some of my hotbars, but also like for enough of them I didn't. But let's see. So this is 16 buttons here. This is another 8. And then so that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Limit break and food barely count. And then over here, I only have like shield lob, clemency. It's like 31. And then it's like 34 paladin or tank abilities, and then some miscellaneous buttons. I wanna let me check Dark Knight. I think all of the tanks have about the same amount, but I think Dark Knight has some more than Paladin. And Gunbreaker probably has more. Oh no, Rough Divide doesn't exist. That's right. It's funny that they didn't just change it, but they added a new thing and Rough Divide still exists on the bar. Right, I have Sustaining Potion on this bar. That's funny. Rough Blubber? Huh? What? Reign of Beasts. Where's... Probably... Where is it? Trajectory. Well, okay. This is still a cool... Oh. I don't know, like, anything about XCOM 2, but that's interesting. Warrior... Yeah, I think Warrior has the fewest buttons of tanks. Also, I didn't mention that the Aether Pool weapons are way glowier now. Look at how glowing this axe is. It's very light source. Yeah, Warrior definitely has the fewest buttons. Of tanks. I haven't adjusted a lot of these hotbars. Forgot how much space I have free on my machinist one. Also, I just think my one Manderville relic is still cool. It's a gun. Anyway. This is also a cool sword, though. I wonder if I'm gonna, like, fall behind on item level at some point. Oh, right. Southwest. Ah, it's over here somewhere. I haven't been this way. Gotcha, gotcha. Understood. There's probably gonna be some dungeons I try to get glamour from at some point. Hail, visitor. Hail to partake in one of our customary rituals. Fret not, for your part to be played is a simple one. You see, the illuminations here in Warlar's Echo make use of glowstones, a rare and precious mineral found only through mining. On occasion, we offer up prayers in the hopes that their light remains strong and bright. First, I would ask that you raise a hand to the saltwater jar and pray for light everlasting. Strange though it may seem, I assure you it is a necessary step in our ritual. Now, great warrior, slayer of Valagarmanda, open your heart and focus. Interestingly, this is not a required use of the pray emote. It appears your feelings were heard loud and clear. Let us proceed to the next step. Now that the salt water has received of your prayers, you need merely sprinkle it upon the glowstones scattered around the village, and the ritual will be complete. Is this what they were trying to get from quarries, I wonder? Glowstone? I have sprint on the clicking in the right stick macro for controller. It is still slightly funny that if I go to system, gamepad, button configuration, the way they phrased it is execute macro 99. Similarly, clicking in the left stick is my focus target button. You look at my macros, wherever those are, because I forgot. Macro, macro. Yeah. Oh, right. This one. Does this still work? Hold up. It does still work. Okay. Fisher's trick. It doesn't count as the same stick click input when you have a trigger pulled? Oh yeah, it doesn't. I guess just the way I use a controller, I've never tried that. Interesting. That just never occurred to my muscle memory, I guess. I wish there was a way to, like... I remember one thing I miss from, like, keyboard playing is I think there was an automatically target your focused target button somewhere. I don't think that's possible on controller. It might be, but I don't remember the incantation to do so if it is. My both triggers pulled hotbar is often like my ranged attack, and then some like miscellaneous stuff like tank stance, provoke and shirker there. And I had a regular stance button there for some reason on Paladin. I'm gonna get this eggplant out of here. It doesn't exist anymore. I see you have successfully completed the ritual, and for that you have my thanks. Likewise, my fellow Yakui will be glad to know that an outsider has shared in our culture. When mining the peak for glowstones, okay, you mine the peak for those, we occasionally discover shellfish fossils. Some have wondered if perhaps this tall mountain was once submerged beneath the waves many long lifetimes ago. The stone's radiance is a reflection of their joy, shining all the brighter when offered water that smells of the sea. Or so the story goes. Thus was our little tradition born. Knowing that it is the will of a great warrior that now illuminates our humble village, our spirits are sure to lighten as well. Suffice it to say, we are fortunate indeed that you are willing to join in our prayer with an open heart. May the light of the glowstones ever guide your steps. So you're telling me I should always walk in the light of some crystals, maybe? Anyway, time to go find that one other ether current in the place that I haven't gone on the map. Time for adventure. And then we can then we can look at this place from above. I like that areas in this game are often like so well designed and like cool or pretty or whatever, that unlocking flight, part of the reason that unlocking flight feels like a reward to me is that I get to look at them from above. Like, obviously there's the convenience aspect, but like just being able to fly around and look at everything is also really cool. Oh, this is literally the other place that we were told about. Oh, and they're aggro. Okay. I don't want to fight them. It makes sense given what they've said. But I still don't want to fight them. Wait, is it like up? Eh? Oh, east is this way. I'm silly. Whoa. What? Oh, there it is. What's going on over here? Yeah, that makes sense. Flight obtained. That bird sound effect threw me because I'm pretty sure it's the same bird sound effect used in the N64 Zelda games, or at least a very similar one. I want to say like when it's becoming nighttime or close to it, possibly in Ikana Canyon. I think that sound is used somewhere. It's a common standard sound effect, I suppose. Oh, these are like the glowstones in the village, but like active, I assume. Oh. In the Yakui tongue, Workor Lardor means mountains most high, blooming with all the world's colors. The sight of rainbow strata arising from a carpet of vivid flowers is almost illusory in its brilliance. The slopes are steeped in ambient ether, and have been revered by the giants as a sacred site for centuries uncounted. Neat. Oh, what? You can actually go underwater here. I was not expecting that, especially because it's like not... I guess it's actually on the map, yeah, never mind. Carver the First is the name of this lake. That's interesting too. Could be similar to like the bridge in some way and named after someone. I wasn't expecting to be able to dive in the lake, but that's neat. It's a big empty open space over. And now we can fly between the halves of the zone. We can see the alpaca from above. Of course it chooses to be foggy now that I'm observing the area, but fog is nice in its own way. I didn't notice this balloon before. You can land on this? That surprises me. I didn't realize the alpaca patterns either on any of this. Why am I allowed to land here? I don't remember how fog looked before, but I'd be willing to believe that. Though I will also say places look amazing in the rain now. But that's not so much the rain improving as everything else improving, I guess. I don't know. I also have not gone to observe the special weather conditions like umbral wind or whatever. Once a Yakui village, abandoned as the giant's population dwindled. I was in Ultimate Thule a lot because I was completing the shared fates that I hadn't. Ultimate Thule still looks really cool. I just couldn't tell if, like, that was new looking cool or previously existing looking cool. Like, I couldn't tell if the skybox was better or if that was always there. and that sort of thing. Right, I'm supposed to be over here. Oh yeah, we can also observe the forever burning fire. They actually bothered to give it a sound effect. They didn't need to do that. They didn't need to give the fiery claw marks on the mountainside ambient noise. Or just in case you flew directly into them like a silly person. But they did, because that's really cool. And that's really cool. One of those things. Aw, come on. Come on, let me in. Let me in. Man. You can still see in there, but they're not letting me in there. That's kind of funny. Have they been putting like less sightseeing locations in flight only places too? Are those all usually technically accessible on foot now? Yeah. Some planks or like a tarp or something. Right, time to track down the next elector. I think I talked to everyone. Cool Jaja's idiocy. I think it's time we return to Tuliolo. After scaling Turol's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are present preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear the forward cabins calling our names. Sucro, take a nap. And by Sucro, take a nap, I mean Sucro have a vision of the Golden City in her dreams, just like was described to us. Surprised they're suddenly back and targeted at you! Wah! If that actually happens, I will start laughing. I'm already laughing a little bit. Oh, I didn't speak with anyone else. I didn't notice they were all there because everyone was there. I missed a bunch of dialogue. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. Oops. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace, Wuklamat? Wuklamat, did you hear me? Lost in her own little world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. The best way I know. I assume everyone else was just like, I can't wait to sleep for 5 million years or whatever. And I didn't miss too much. By accident there. Funny that they make you go, like, unlock your cabin in this way this time. Also, I don't think I ever bothered to run down these docks, actually. Cabin attendant. But is there anything else at any of the other ones? Was I even allowed to run this way before? Was it fenced off? Probably not. It doesn't look like there's anything over here. If I were a developer of this game, I would put a sightseeing log point over here or something. And yeah, there's 4 cabins, I guess. There's this nice little area. Aha! Ha ha! I'm not a developer for this game. I want to make that clear. These cottages replaced the previous fleet of boats that once served visitors as rudimentary accommodations. A foreign explorer was responsible for naming the guest houses when he likened their roofs to ship prows and their cozy interiors to a captain's cabin. I like this little area over here. Hey, what's those boats out there about? Hold on. Hi, Sucro. She is looking. Wonder what's going on over there. Bunch of boats huddled up around a tiny island. Probably just like fishing boats or something, but still. That's also very possible, yeah. Maybe. Maybe. That island is not currently represented on the map itself, I don't think, but that's entirely possible, I suppose. I just noticed... Ah, Yaktel. I can read the Eorzean well enough to know that we approach Yaktel via dirigible, apparently. Well, anyway. Oop, that's too far. That sounds like something Kona would do, yeah. Welcome back, Mistress Funk. Your cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. But wait, who's that knocking at the door? It's one of 6 possible options. I was kidding. It's probably Wuklamat, though. It's Wuklamat.
You have a moment?
Yes.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Nod. It's funny to see the aesthetician Crystal Bell in the background of a cutscene.
So,
Yes. Yes, Wuklamat? What is it? Wuklamat, the comedy music is emanating from this cutscene.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what.
Sure.
We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Wuklamat. Blink. Well, alrighty then. Now it's gonna have me walk to the other end of the pier in that little area with the sightseeing. No, never mind. sorry to drag you away from your nice comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Tuliolo. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. Rook Lamont, I was going to take a nap. Probably. I still wish that they actually had a Square Enix reef. Like, for real, that you could see from somewhere. That would be the funniest possible thing they could do with map design that I can think of at this very second. That's a coyote, not an Ethernet shard. However, I will poke the dog. I would consider it. Actually, that reminds me. Did I... Okay, I'm just very close to the next one. I'm not missing anything to claim, I don't think. Yeah. Cool sword. Oh, hello, dear. You're one of Luke Lamott's new friends. The not Emerald theme again. Peshiwa, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? Nod. It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. Nod. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? Oh, there's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it would help. Shake head. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Peshiwa. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. Nod. Oh, those smiling faces. Howdy. Ah, sorry, Sucro. I'm getting distracted. It's just that with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel that much more special. Smile. Do you think we can take our time and maybe wander around a little first? Then we can head to that spot I was thinking of. I have no idea what Wuklamat is getting at. Oh, it's dawn. We're trying to find a trail to get to that, I think. Apparently we wandered around for the entire night, and Sucro did not get to take a nap. The nap was maybe off screen or something. That's very bright.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small.
Smile.
Do you remember what I said at the top of Orkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
Nod.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war.
There is a little bit more to it than that.
And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I'd expect you to say, or you wish for a world like in the Yakui's dream where ideals are nice in theory. That's exactly what I'd expect you to say.
Really, I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness.
Cool echo filter. Smiling.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be.
God, this is Here Feel Think again, kind of, but like veiled. I didn't even think about that.
It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies.
Gasp.
If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along
Okay,
with
fine.
me,
Now you're saying
I've
it
never learned
again.
so much, and in so short a time.
Now it's just getting silly. Only a few text boxes later. Well, listen, feel, think, but you know.
There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me?
Well, yeah. Nod.
Thank the gods for that.
Can't, they're all gone. I mean, what?
Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
No, we didn't kill them exactly. Sucro, take a nap, cannon. Weird sleeping position. Like, I understand you can sleep on your back, but she just looks like extremely stiff in doing so. Multiple camera angles to let the viewer know that Sucro take a nap. Everyone must know. It's also really weird hearing the in-room cutscene, or in-room music in a cutscene. Oh yeah, that's true. We don't know about the gods of Tyrol, I guess. Determined. It looks like Sucro just like slept through the day and woke up at night. Some seeker of the sun you are, Sucro. More like some sort of keeper of the moon or something. Nocturnal behavior. The Twelvent. They've only got 6 over here. Do we know that? She did find the sun, that's true. Hello, Eureka armor. I didn't realize that Eureka armor was so glowy because I've never ever seen anyone actually wearing it before in my life. But I think that's elemental armor +2 or whatever. And it's probably even glowier than it used to be. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it'll soon be back to the road for us. Peaceful intentions. Herald of Peace. My name's not Harold. Anyway, that seems like a reasonable stopping point, though this is a relatively shorter stream, I suppose. But this was a Sunday stream, and I'm likely to stream tomorrow as well, so... Since tomorrow is the usual stream day. Snooker has decided she didn't take enough naps. You know those times when you wake up and you're awake for like less than an hour and you're like, I want to go back to sleep. Yeah. So I'll have to like download a thing and edit some stuff together, but shrug. Thank you all for watching. As usual, spreading the word and stuff can help, and all those other things that people advertise if you want. But more importantly, I hope that you have a good rest of your day and or night, and I will see you at the next stream for more Dawntrail. Good night, everyone. Thank you for petting Calico. I think Calico hadn't been pet in this stream more than that one time, or the times I used it to test things. Thank you for petting Calico. She deserves it. Anyway, good night, everyone.